excited to do a little setting up for a couple of weeks in advance. I've already got through October already done. Today I am going to use the new journal project, Main Character Energy, to set up my week. And the reason I wanted to come live and do this is because these kits are so amazing, and I just think that we should use them for everything. So even if you're not into journaling, this is such a beautiful kit. Now, I have to admit, I'm the journal nerd, so I bought all three. I couldn't decide which version of the little dolls or girls or ladies or women, whatever you want to call them, I couldn't decide which ones I wanted to use, so I bought all three. I know. It was a bit extreme, I know, but I couldn't help myself. It's just what I wanted to do. So I am going to grab my stickers and put my stickers over here. I do not think I'm going to be needing any paper, but I also feel like I want to show it to you just in case you haven't seen it, because it's really, really pretty. So, whoops, let me see if I can sort out 4 pieces of paper so I can show you, because they're all different. They're all different. So some of them have like a solid like this with a little text on them. This one says built from storms. Love this one so much. And then the opposite side has just some like typewriter. It looks like some books here, and then like it's pieced together. It's so pretty. So that's one piece. This one says, this is where it started. So this could be like your origin story. And then again, some layered looks on top of it. Kind of reminds me of our mixed media, but a lot better. Beauty in the Breakdown. I love this. It looks like it's been stamped with like real flowers on there. And then this one is really cool because you can actually use this as a story box, or you could just write a story in here. You could put a picture in a little story in here. So lots of good things there. And then do it anyway. We all need that reminder, right? Just do it anyway. And then this one has mostly like things from a book here. This one says Sherlock Holmes. That's kind of cool. And then it's got like some mixed media stuff in the middle there. So beautiful, beautiful papers come with each one of these. You get 4. You also get the journal prompts. So let me show you. I've kind of been using mine for all kinds of things. So let me show you one that I don't have used up in a weird way. So you also get your 25 journal prompts, talking all about main character energy. Now, I want to show you these because I think that sometimes we hear the words main character and it's like, oh my gosh, I have to do like heavy thinking, and I have to do like a little bit of heavy lifting of like things that are in my brain, things that I might want to release, things that I probably should let go of, but that's not what these are at all. So I want to read a few of these to you because I just think they're really, really good. So let's just start with the first one. Describe a day in your life as if it's a movie script, right? So you could do something like scene, right? Scene, and then put like the dots, and then put, starts out like every other day, you know, get up, make breakfast, get the kiddos off to school, or if you don't have kiddos, get up, skip breakfast, you know, whatever your day just kind of looks like. So it's basically like just a fun way to do like a day in the life. Then there are some that says like, what's your theme song this month and why? I thought this was hysterical when I read this one. I was like, oh my gosh, I love that. I do have a couple of songs that I hold on to and listen to on repeat, so that's just fun. You could just write down the words to the song, right? What does the happy ending look like? And this doesn't have to be it has to be happy, but it doesn't have to be heavy, right? So it could be something like, you know, my happy ending is retirement with exactly what I need and want, or, you know, whatever. It doesn't have to be anything that just feels like it's a weight on your shoulders. Let's see, what else is, create a movie poster tagline for your current journey. So these are just some of the journal prompts in here. But again, if these are not your thing and you're like, I don't really want to do that as a journal, you don't have to. You can just put that aside over there, take your stickers, take your paper, and do something with them that is totally going to work for you. And so today we are going to set up my week in October. And like I said, I've already set up some. This one I have currently through Sunday, October 19th. So we are going to start on Monday the 20th. First thing I am going to do is pull out all of my little girl stickers or women stickers or whatever I want to call them. I'm not even sure. And I'm going to pull out one set of the days, and they also come with some fun little things here. There's also some more daily highlights, supporting cast, what I learned. Like, these are just fun little stickers too. And then the date stickers, as well as some other fun stickers. Now, for each one of these, this is 3 kits, right? Because remember, I bought all of them and I couldn't decide. So this is version A, version B, version C. That's how we have them coded. But they're exactly the same except for the hair color and the skin tone for the ladies or the dolls or whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to mix them up, which is why I bought 3, because I just thought that would be super fun. So let's go ahead and set up my week. The first thing I like to do is outline my boxes. Some of you would probably rather do this with a ruler. I'm probably going to do it with a ruler today to make it go a little bit faster, but normally I don't. I just kind of sit and draw it out. But I have heard from several of you, you're like, I can't do the wavy lines, Terry. It makes me crazy. So we'll skip the wavy lines today and we will just draw the boxes. So I put a little bit of color on here just because I'm very visual, and this particular insert and layout is my go-to. It's the one I use every single week. It has all the things on it I need for the week. I set up my boxes, I set up my task list, I set up all the things that I need to do. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. And I think that we talked about this because I was asking you guys if you preferred this layout with the 2 short boxes or the longer boxes for Saturday and Sunday. Most of you said you prefer the longer blocks, and I thought that was really interesting. And then I told you that I was going to have a little update for you on that, and I haven't checked it yet, so I will check it when I'm done and see if I do indeed have an update for you or not. I am going to be switching, so this is the last insert that I have that is the Weekly Refined and has the short boxes. I too have decided that I'm going to switch to the blocks and get that little bit of extra space for Saturday and Sunday, especially going into what I call the busy burr months, because there's just a lot more things that I want to keep track of. And so I'm just going to give myself the space to do that. All right, so I'm just very carefully, as I'm talking and chit-chatting away, being very mindful of where I'm drawing my lines, giving myself a little bit of a visual so I can see exactly where they are. I have one more line to do over there, but I have to turn my planner the whole way around. You might notice I did not take this out this time. I'm doing it right inside here. I've decided that it's easy for me to do. I just have to be careful, and then I don't have to waste time taking it out, putting it back in. Not that it's a big deal, it's just time that I just don't want to do that. So that is pretty much that. I do need to push that up for 1 second though. And let's get this lined up. And there still might be a few waves here and there, and I'm okay with that. Like, it doesn't bother me. I'm not gonna let it bother me. It didn't bother me before, but it bothered some of you. Which is a-okay. All right, I'm gonna turn this around this way so I can get this line in here. That's the only way to really do it properly. And so I'm just gonna take a minute, put that there. All right, so I've got all of my boxes drawn out now. They've got a little bit of color to them. Let's go ahead and add the days of the week. I think I'm going to do, let's see, which ones do I want to do? I think I'm going to do these black ones here. Now, I don't know if I am going to need any tweezers, so I'm going to go ahead and just grab them just in case, but I don't think I will, because these are chunky letters, and I just don't think I'm going to need tweezers. I'm just going to be careful, though. Just want to make sure that they don't go off the edge up there. I picked the wrong one. Okay, I guess we're using these. I just realized I picked the wrong one, and it's not going to peel up because I Gave it a really good press down. So we're just gonna use these then. No biggie. I have other sets, so it's really no biggie. Just kidding. But that's why I usually get extras, because I end up using them all over the place. All right, so question for you guys, if you're watching now or you're watching on the replay, because I haven't seen any comments yet. Did you order this journal project, number one? And if you did you order it to journal in a journal, or did you order it because you loved the stickers and you wanted to use the stickers? Be honest, I really would love to know. I did both, which is why I got extras, because I knew I was going to use this in my planner as well as I was going to journal with it. So when we're done, I'm going to show you the journal pages that I... There we go. Okay, so we've got that all set up. Let's go back real quick before I do anything else and add the dates, and I'm pretty sure I'm starting on the 20th. So these are a little big for that though. I might not want to use those. Hold on. I think I might come back over here and use these stickers. Now these are from the sample sticker last month in September, I believe. So some of you probably have these. Love this one. Gonna use tweezers for this one. And I'm just gonna set the day or the date next to the day on top of the box. So it's just gonna go right there. These are awesome for journals and stuff, and some of you could use them, I'm sure. Some of you could probably get away with using it here, but at the end of my week, literally like this entire box is so full that I just don't want to take up extra space. So I'm just going to combine it with these little numbers from our sampler. And like I said, I think a lot of you probably got these because this was the spend and get for September, I believe. So some of you, a lot of you probably already have those. Then it's just not quite as big, but still I can see everything that I need to see right there. I did some pages with it yesterday, and oh my gosh, I fell in love with them. But from doing those pages, I was like, now I really want to put a spread together in my planner that I use that's not for journaling, because I just love these so much. I just think they're very clever and I love them. All right, last one over here for the 26th. Okay, so that's done. I'm just going to leave that sit up there in case I decide there's anything else that I need to do on it. Now I'm going to come down here and set up the bottom. I also outline these boxes, but I don't use them for those particular items. So I'm going to go ahead and just really quickly box these in. And then I'll show you what I do with them. I use them as kind of like a habit tracker, or just like a check off list of something that I want to do. Could be exercise, could be read. Sometimes I have to remind myself to journal, even though I'm the journal person, because life will get busy and get away from me, and then the next thing I know, it's bedtime and I'm like, well shoot, I did not make time for that. So sometimes I have to write that down. Lately I've been writing down reading because I really want to read. I have a lot of books to read, but I do not make the time sometimes to sit down and do that, which is a little crazy, I know. I know. All right, this one's tricky because of the way my planner is bending coming into that side. So we're just gonna be careful. There we go. Okay, so that is all done. Let's go ahead and decide what we are going to do with these. I might have to get out some washi tape. I wasn't sure if I was going to need to, and I might not need to. What I want to do is look at these and see how thick these are. Oh, perfect. I don't need to get out anything. So I'm just going to use these stickers, cover those words right up there. And I'm going to go ahead and use a different one for down here. And you guys, you just saw that I did not measure that, right? I just put it down there. Like, I'm not measuring anything. All right, I also covered this one up because I use it for different things. And so I'm gonna see if one of these words, I think supporting cast, what I learned, becoming the main character, breakthrough. I'm gonna do the, will the breakthrough one fit on here? No, it won't. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put a little bit of washi tape. I have to find it. A little bit of whiteout just in case. So if you're putting washi tape over top of words that are already there, put a little bit of whiteout over top of it. That's my tip and trick for you for today, and then you won't even notice that the words were there for the most part. They won't come through a whole lot. A little bit of the white will, but that's pretty much it. All right, so I'm just gonna take some of our washi tape, Retro Russell, one of my favorite washi's. I just got them all and I love this one so much. So see, you can't even see that I put that down, but it's fairly light. So if I had not put the whiteout down there, it probably would shine through. I'm gonna go ahead and take breakthrough, my words here, and I'm just gonna put this right over top of the washi tape. So that way I've got a little something there, just a little something. All right, and then I'm gonna take my marker and I'm going to write the way I use these sides. So for this side, I do projects. So I'm just gonna go ahead and write projects right here. And then over here, I just write work. So I'm just gonna write work there. I like fun little arrows. So from here, I just draw a little arrow, color it in, give it a couple little curly cues. Priority and other tasks, I leave. So we're gonna leave that just like that. The only thing I do add over here is I add top priorities. So these are my non-negotiables right here. These are the things that no matter what happens in my week, these have to get done. Other tasks are really my personal ones. So I'm just gonna put my other tasks, and that's just my clue for, like, these are the personal things like pay bills, go to the grocery store, do laundry, whatever it might be. And then I divide this up and I draw boxes on here. Let me grab a stencil real quick because I did not bring the one that I was using. So we're just gonna grab this one. And this one comes from the Basic 4, I believe, just so you know. And the boxes line up perfectly with the lines. The other ones that we get in the Art of Planning and Journaling and some other ones that we have, the boxes are a little bit smaller, so they don't line up quite as well, just FYI. Just a little FYI there. I'm going to use the blue marker that I'm using and just go ahead and start drawing boxes down. Now, I know from personal past experience, I don't need all of these boxes, so I'm going to go to about here, and then that's where I'm going to stop, and I'm going to use that bottom part for something else. All right, so then I'm going to go up here. I'm going to do the same thing, only I'm going to turn the stencil around so it's flat. And just kind of give myself some room here. And then I don't want to go too far. I want to make sure I'm staying where I need to be. There we go. So I've got my boxes drawn in now. I've got all the space that I need. I've got 2 boxes over here. When the week comes, I'll decide what I'm doing with these. I usually try to wait until I get there. So it could be something like reading, it could be journaling, it could be something totally different. But we'll see. And then over here, I like to do something that I call high energy task. I had to think about it. High energy task. I think I shared this with you. We got this tidbit from Teresa at conference, but before I do that, high energy task needs a little sticker. So I could do the coffee cup. I could cover that over top of that, so that would be fine. My projects don't usually need that much. I could do a girl down here and cover some of those up also. Let's see, where else do I want to put my girlies? One of them's going to go here probably. And that's probably going to be this one. Let's see. I really like her, and I have not used her a whole lot yet, which is kind of bizarre. This one is good if I put here because she kind of like is thin enough that she blends in and won't take up a whole lot of space. So wouldn't really impact any of my writing over here. And she kind of leans off to the side. Like, she's just perfect for right here, I think. So I'm going to put her here. See, I still have lots of writing space that I can just like write around her. Doesn't really impact the boxes at all. So now we're going to change our girly sheet and come with a different one. And I really feel like I want to do high-powered energy. I think I want to do her, or high energy task rather, because she's like got the whole multi thing going on, right? She's like, I got my phone, I got my coffee, I got my purse. I am ready for this. Let me just see if I can cover up, and I can, some of those blocks, so that way it won't really matter. That looks so cute. All right, so then high energy task. So I'm just gonna write the words high energy task here. And then when it's time and I start setting up my week, anything that is something that I just need to know, like, gotta be on my game and bringing all the energy, I will write it in the box up here where it belongs, and then I'll highlight it with whatever color I highlight this with. And that's kind of my cue, like, okay, girl, you need to show up. You need to show up and be there. That is the best trick ever, is to literally just put some whiteout down, put washi over it, and then do whatever else you want to do with it. It makes it super, super simple. Okay, I usually put something up here. So let me come back up here really quickly because I feel like I still need a little something extra on here. And I think what I want to do is I'm going to do this sticker, because I've been trying to figure out, I mean, I have a couple of them, I'm trying to figure out where to use it, and I think it's gonna look super cute right here, attached to that, and then coming up in there. I like to make sure when I decorate and I have stickers and colors that I still have lots of functional workspace. So you can see most of my blocks are still left completely open. Most of my sections where I'm going to make my list and write my tasks and check everything off are still open. The boxes down here at the bottom are still open. And I still have this space here. So what we're going to do real quick, because this is like my new favorite thing, and I don't know why it's my new favorite thing, but it has become my new favorite thing, is to make like little gingham boxes. So I'm actually going to make a little gingham box right here. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, this is like the coolest thing ever. So all you're going to do, there are, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do this part of 4. So for every other line, no, I might just do 3. You're just going to take a brush pen and just brush over it, or in it, or through it. I was doing this with dot grid, so it's a little bit easier. I'm going to go ahead and do this bottom part too, I think. No, let me think about this for a second. I'm going to do it. Now I'm thinking. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I don't want to do it down here. I want to leave that like that. So I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to make a thin line with the felt tip part right down the center there. Now you can leave it like that and just have something like just a little bit of something. I like to use pale colors when I do it that way. But if you want to make it a gingham, you could just go back through and make other lines, and it just makes it something super fun. But I think I'm going to go ahead and just leave it like this because this part will be highlighted when I go to do that. So this is just a sign that it's a little bit of a separate section, right? It's a little note section or whatever I might want to put there. Okay, friends, so that is how easy it is to use some of our extra stickers, some of your extra journal project stickers, or the current journal project. Look how cute this is. I hope you guys like it. So thank you guys so much. I hope that you enjoy this layout, and I will talk to you all soon, friends. Take care, everybody.